Hey, and welcome to another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And we're finishing up our Creed countdown with a little film called Rocky Balboa.
The only Rocky movie I've never seen.
Haven't seen this one either.
Yeah,
one of many that you haven't seen.
You still haven't seen 3 or 4.
Yeah.
They're right behind you if you want to borrow them.
4 has a robot. And 3 has Mr. T.
And Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And Muppets.
Yeah.
But
I think I'll jump straight to the robot.
fair. So 4. 3 is my favorite.
3's pretty fucking good.
Just putting that out there. But the Stallone was not satisfied with ending the franchise with Rocky V, and so for years he was trying to get this one made. Finally, 16 years after Rocky V, he makes Rocky Balboa. He's back in the director's chair. It's very much a story about, very much like Stallone. Like there's a lot of autobiographical stuff in the Rocky films. The theme of coming back for one last shot is very much in line of how Stallone's career was at the time. This is pre-Expendable Stallone and all that. So and this predated the 4th Rambo film as well. So he finally got his shot, and honestly, outside of the first film, from a technical standpoint, I think this is the best Rocky film.
Absolutely.
It has one of my favorite actors in it.
Jess.
Oh,
Sylvester Stallone.
Gilmore Girls.
From Heroes.
Antonio Tarver, light heavyweight champion of the world.
No.
From Heroes.
Thanks for listening with us, guys, and we'll go ahead and round out our little Rocky series here. Chris, count us off.
Yeah, so we've got the original DVD release. You should be fine with your Blu-rays and whatnot. So we've got the movie set up, ready to go like usual. The counter's all set to 0, and I will give you a countdown and tell you to hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. And as Sam pointed it out before we started filming or recording, this is the first MGM Rocky movie.
Well, yeah, because after the poor performance of 5, United Artists was like, "Get the fuck out of here," and he got picked up by Sony, which owns Columbia and MGM. Well, they partnered up with MGM.
It is a Sony Pictures Entertainment company.
It is indeed.
Is United Artists even still a thing?
Not that I know of.
If anything, they're just like strictly.
Boring.
I don't know if they do theatrical release anymore. They might just do like re-releases of their home media stuff.
Okay.
But I feel like they went bankrupt in the 90s.
Ooh.
Just like Orion.
Aw, I
Or
miss
Canon.
Orion.
Yeah.
What was the one with the Pegasus?
TriStar.
TriStar.
Yeah.
I think
They
got
did the Supergirl movie.
Oh.
Because that's
No wonder why they're
that
not
was
around anymore.
That was the first movie that I ever saw, the Pegasus, and for some reason it just cemented in my brain.
Yeah. I feel like they got acquired by Columbia.
Yeah, because it was like Columbia TriStar Pictures. Yeah.
So where did the decision come to drop the numbering and just go with...
Well, it had been like 16 years. And also, I feel like to kind of distance itself from 5.
Yeah. Joke was that Rocky couldn't count past 5.
When they were
That works.
When they were securing venues to do the fight scenes, every major venue was prohibitively expensive for the kind of budget that they were greenlit to use for a 6th Rocky movie 16 years after the fact. So they basically would go to places in Vegas like Mandalay Bay, which is where this and the final fight are, and they would use the ring after an actual prize fight. They were like, well, the crowd's already here and the venue's already set up. Let's just use this.
I find that hard to believe, like, despite how 5 was, all the other, well, I guess successful ones, and most venues and even the studio with the finances they gave the film would be like, you can't make this work.
Well, this is the lowest budgeted Rocky outside of the first.
Is it?
There was no expectation for this. Everyone was just as skeptical as the characters in this movie for Stallone to be able to pull this off.
So they really weren't expecting a comeback with this one,
They
is
were
what
not.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Huh.
And this is really what triggered Stallone's renaissance.
That's right. Kind of like he did with the first Rocky. He kind of wrote himself a restart in his career with Rocky once again. And this is a, unlike 5, where 5 tries so hard to redo what made 1 a classic, but kind of just ends up making you wish you were watching the first one. This one does such a great... There you go, Josh.
Yay!
Just such a great job at homaging the Rocky films and having the spirit of what make all the Rocky movies great, which is, I think, the best strength of Rocky Balboa.
Oddly enough, just because I'm wanted to know, I was researching United Artists. MGM acquired United Artists, and they have there's I'm skimming over a lot of stuff that happened in like the 90s and the early thousands, but in 2011 it was announced that they had acquired 100% of United Artists.
Are those the same damn turtles?
Cuff and Link. Yeah.
I'm sure they're at least supposed to be.
We get the full Conti score again.
I'm impressed by anyone who can do more than one of those.
I'm impressed with anyone that can do one.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, Paulie.
I was gonna tell you something that he managed to outlive his sister.
Yes, as Rocky puts it, she had lady cancer.
Oh.
I mean, that's that's as technical as he needs to get. And we had never seen a Rocky film without Adrian, as anchor, and this is where we really explore all that.
Mm-hmm.
In the early drafts of Rocky Balboa, Adrian was still alive, but both Stallone and Talia Shire agreed that it would be that the story's emotional core would be Rocky trying to cope with, life after Adrian, along with trying to reconcile with his son.
Hey, my favorite hero.
So why didn't Sylvester Stallone use his real son this time?
He was concerned that him and Sage both reached the agreement that the film's themes about a son living in his father's shadow would too many people would read into that for this film. Also, Milo Ventimiglia, because of the way he was born, his mouth kind of has the same quality as
got the slant in his mouth.
Yeah,
which impressed the shit out of Stallone during the audition. Stallone's left side of his face is paralyzed. I feel like that's a thing he says a lot because I feel like every picture I've seen of Stallone with somebody he does that he does that one. I would want that one if I met Stallone.
I'd want him taking a punch from me.
I do the Rocky 3.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, I'm sure he gets that one a lot too. Oh, poor
Classic.
Rocky dad.
Typical dad joke. Not even a good Rocky one.
Poor guy just wants to hang out with his son.
Get his Rocky glasses.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him since the first one, had
That's
we?
right, yeah.
You think he just walked into an open market?
Well, you could see people in the background clearly staring at him,
Kinda
and trying
like-
to take pictures of
kind
him.
of like how he just ran like in the first and second
Well,
one.
the first one he was able to do it because nobody knew who
Yeah.
he was. The second one, you see how different it is. But that's a great thing. Like Stallone is Rocky to Philadelphia,
Mhm.
so to them it's Rocky's visiting them, not
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
You know, it's funny that he owns a restaurant in this because in the Weird Al song Rocky 8, he owns a neighborhood deli.
Yeah. There he is.
There's Spider Rico. Same actor.
Same guy.
I do like that when we first see Stallone in the Creed trailer,
He's in
he's in Adrian's.
Yeah.
Like, that's where he's waiting for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that scene in the trailer makes more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, you're like, why is he stalking him in a restaurant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
why
does
is
this
he like-
restaurant have Apollo Creed stuff up?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why's he got a private little dining booth with a bodyguard watching over him?
Well, Spider Rico is just there every day.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Rocky in
Oh.
the Creed trailer.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, the painting in the background is from Rocky
Oh,
3.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I'll take our word
These
for it.
poor people, they just wanted to eat their dinner. They don't even know who Rocky Balboa is. Well, never mind.
Well, this guy's probably heard it like 5 times. Like, every time he comes out here and sees Rock, he's like, yo, Rock, tell me about
Hey, Steranko, tell me
Yeah.
about the
the
time
time
you
you
punched.
slapped Bob
Yeah.
Kane. I didn't get the chance in Sandy.
By the way, is that Frank Stallone?
It kind of looks like him.
I think that's Frank Stallone in the bottom left, by
yeah.
the way.
Why not?
Originally, Stallone wanted Roy Jones Jr., who was a heavyweight champion, to play Mason the Line Dixon, but Roy Jones Jr. didn't return any of his calls. So he's like,
How rude.
yeah, at least say no.
Yeah, right?
But what's his name? Antonio Tarver was actually a light heavyweight, so he had to put on 25 pounds to hit that heavyweight weight class. I will admit, this is one of those movies, for me, where it's okay to cry.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple moments.
Sam, it's okay to cry in every movie.
Yeah.
Couple
Yeah.
moments throughout this
We just
movie.
won't judge you in this movie.
Yeah, it's like me crying in like, I'm trying to think what's the most least appropriate movie to cry. The 40-Year-Old Virgin? That's me!
It's like looking into a mirror. I'm not even 40 yet. So he doesn't run the boxing gym anymore?
Nah, at least not that. No, I guess he gave it up to just do Adrian's.
I mean, it kind of is like the classic thing that the old athlete does. You know, they start a restaurant and tell their stories.
Or a car dealership.
Or a failed car dealership.
Oh, who's that guy that the car commercial that's on at the movie theaters?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Former
Doc something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's an NFL star.
Yeah, he won like the Super Bowl
Yeah.
back when nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah, wasn't I questioning you guys when we saw Ant-Man about that?
Yeah, you were asking about him.
Yeah.
Or at least what dealership was that?
Uh.
Mini? No.
Yeah.
Many of Sterling.
Yeah.
Where the guy steps on the dude's line.
Good old Paulie.
I was like, glad he still handles emotional situations about as well as before.
Boogaloo.
Kind of hard to feel bad for Polly in situations like that.
Oh, you never are supposed to feel bad for Paulie.
Really well lit scene, though, I must say. Like, if I may step away from the emotional side of it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah.
The way that they both kind of had, like, halos of light around them.
Yeah, as they're going down memory lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether they wanted to or not.
I like that this tavern's still around.
Stallone would say he had a similar experience to this when he was filming First Blood. This girl pretended to be a fan of his at the bar just to get like free drinks or some kickbacks, and when he refused, that's kind of how she reacted. What, pray tell, is a short beer? Is it a small glass?
It's like a 10-ounce.
Yeah, I assume it's like a half, like at the bar that I work at, we have like pint glasses and then half pint glasses, and looks like you can have like half bottles too.
Yeah, like Heineken size.
Mm-hmm. Or like the Heineken keg can.
Or the Red Stripe. I always like those
Yeah.
bottles.
Red Stripe's good.
Oh, is that the? Same actress? you think?
Wow.
No.
Nah, she
Ah.
was like, and she had to settle out of court with Stallone because she was like, Stallone said I could come back as Little Marie, and he was like, well, there was like nothing in the books, but they ended up settling out of court. She's in deleted scenes in 5, the original actress.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you, creepo.
That's classic Philadelphia. All twisted.
Those are the situations in life I live to avoid.
So you
Human
stay-
interaction.
So you stay out of Philadelphia?
Oh, yeah. Treat it like a plague-born city. You're welcome, Philly.
Isn't the actress who plays Marie like she's like super Irish?
She's from Ireland, yeah.
Well,
the, the only other movie I've seen her in is as a daughter-in-law of Eastwood in Gran Torino.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Again, why egg on the fucking heavyweight champ of the world?
Is one of them wearing, like, pajamas?
Pajama pants, yeah.
God.
Probably one of those
face kicked him.
one of those times where he's wishing, God, I wish I was Dredd right now.
Or Rambo, I mean.
Yeah,
Or Cobra even.
Yeah.
He's the cure.
that's right. You get to see old school Rocky at the leg breaker. He turns back into that a bit.
Should
Here.
have broke your thumb.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah. You can call him bum. You tell him to get a job, or call him a tomato. Those are like the worst things you could say in the Rocky universe. It's just like the offshoot. Get a job. Like.
I like how they have like the sad Rocky theme.
Yeah, like minor key.
Mm-hmm. It was a weird half scene.
Yeah. According to Stallone, this entire exchange was largely improvised. And
Really?
yeah,
You
this yeah.
can't plan gold like this.
I mean, it feels completely organic and natural.
I mean, to be fair, in terms of Rocky, yes. A plus.
Well within the Rocky verse.
Yeah. Is he out late?
Just like the confidence that Rocky has in it being.
Oh, of course, of course.
And then asked if it was on a cruise ship. That's like when Michael Scott sees what's her face for the first time in season 3, and he's like, "Ah, you're very exotic. Was your father a GI?" Rashida Jones. Yeah, by the way.
Yeah. Could just hand it to him. Ugh.
No, he's got to do another dad joke.
I mean, typical Rocky fare.
Yeah, after that failed magic trick with his pocket.
Rocky is dad jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky equals dad jokes.
Sam and I visited Stallone's real life restaurant, Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas. Got to see the Judge Dredd outfit up close.
Nice.
He's one of like the many co-owners of that one,
So
right?
originally it was 3.
Yeah, it was him, Schwarzenegger, and Willis. But they bought out Willis because he wanted no more part of it.
Yeah, but Schwarzenegger does talk about it in Last Action Hero when he's playing himself.
Yeah. I thought Aykroyd had a part in that too.
I mean, he's another ripped action star to be. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He fits the mold.
he
No,
has
I meant
he
in the
has
Paul
restaurant.
Stanley's wife.
he has
woman.
shitty vodka.
Well, so says that one bartender.
Yeah, it's true. I've never tasted it, but I don't like vodka, so probably would agree with him.
I'd make an exception for that. Just once.
Well, it's expensive, so have fun.
Yeah.
But I would never give you money.
You okay?
Yeah, what's funny is it didn't even hurt. It was just a knee-jerk reaction to hitting the wall. Who was that?
Remind me again who Spider is?
He's the guy that Rocky fights in the very beginning of the first Rocky film. Like the movie opens with him.
Headbutts him.
Yeah.
He's like, "You got lucky tonight."
That's why he has the scar on his eyebrow.
Oddly enough, that was the name of the first porn I was in.
Oh yeah.
Stallone was like, "This is hip,"
Yeah.
which I guess
This
in
is the-
2006.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. The killers are always hip.
Yeah.
You got this one right.
Yeah. Unlike Congos.
Kids like this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unlike Congos, song is still playing.
I remember this scene from the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
This was, yeah. Because ESPN does this shit all the time.
Well, what else do they fucking have?
Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Current sports that are happening every day.
that only gets you so far, guys. Come on, let's be real here.
I mean, they did it famously with Rocky Marciano and Muhammad Ali
Back in, like...
back in the day.
Yeah. That was, like, early.
And
computer stuff.
Rocky Marciano came out on top, and Muhammad Ali famously said the computer was racist.
Yeah, he said it was made in Alabama.
Yeah.
I'm curious, when you become the champ of something, do you, like, lose the rights to your name and only get referred to as champ?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, one could say Apollo Creed kind of had that at one point, too, in his career.
I mean, that's why Creed goes down.
Yeah.
What an awkward room to be in with Mason the Line.
Just, yeah, everyone talking shit about him on ESPN.
Yeah, on his, like, giant TV. Dude, he dated Alexis Bledel, man.
And Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
In real life, not on Heroes.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that.
What a weird screen.
Was that the awkward triple high five?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get it right the first time or the second time.
I guess the champ couldn't
Interesting,
afford a
they got
widescreen
the,
TV.
they don't have the American flag pants, you know?
Oh, what great PS2 graphics.
2006.
It's got a Dreamcasty right there.
Contemporary of the PS2, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
PS4 comes out later that year, like 11 months later.
They also do it like with they'll do simulations of the national championship or the Super Bowl to see who would come out on top all the time. They use like the modern day Madden. Or
Yeah.
They don't have the NCAA games anymore, but and it's kind of cool they do that. They'll do that.
Yeah. And usually they're always so wrong.
This is Stallone I'm still relevant. Let me get super tattoos and
Yeah, this is this is he ends this movie and he's like that chapter is done, and then he becomes tattooed, weird facial hair, Expendables.
I was saying, he
Stallone.
doesn't look like a dried up piece of beef jerky yet.
He doesn't look like he's wearing the muscle suit that Weird Al wore for the Rambo parody in the movie UHF.
Obviously,
tattoos.
You see him, shirtless in this movie, and he's, got the kind of the lumberjack Rambo look.
he was 60 when this movie came out.
Why the hell does he have a light bulb in his pocket?
It's Rocky. Well, no, he brought it to
okay.
to fix for them because he knew it was broken. Daredevil.
Wrong city.
Yeah, well, real life Stallone.
Mm.
He's wearing red, though, right? It's kind of hard to tell with that god-awful lighting.
More like maroon.
I mean, he could have been a
Burgundy,
great
maybe.
Jack Murdoch.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just like he would have been a great
Wildcat.
yeah.
The greatest Sam Stone moment in Sam Stone history.
Oh.
I was like, when you told me that, I was
That's
like,
as good as it gets, folks.
when you told me that, I was like, I fucking love you, man. That makes so much
That
sense.
solidified our friendship.
Yeah,
for
Jesus
life.
Christ. I'm so impressed by you.
Again, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Much like the movie, as good as it gets. You like Dags?
Dex.
Now we got Josh's attention.
That's right. When what year was Rambo?
So, 2008.
So 2 years after this?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was
He basically gets the financing for Rambo because of the success of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, they haven't really clarified yet what happened to his dog.
I'm sure it's
yeah.
old age.
It's
It's been 16 years since Rocky 5, and it's
Yeah.
not even in Rocky 5.
Yeah, it's 30 years.
I mean,
since
yeah, when
we
was the
first see
first-
Butt
yeah.
Kiss. Exactly 30 years.
Yeah. Unfortunately, dogs
And that dog didn't look
No,
like a,
no.
that dog didn't look like a pup.
run away after about
Yeah.
15 years.
The stork carries them to...
Yes, Valhalla.
Where they
All
run
shiny and chrome.
where they
and
run
chrome.
along the Fury Road.
That's fucking great.
Oh.
They die. Life finds a way.
Bupkis too.
You like black, I like black. That's kind of my favorite color. Good call, baby doll.
That's all I want in life. To Stallone point at me and
Say
just be
good
like,
call.
good call.
Oh, fuck yeah. Not even.
It's like it's because I'm like wearing flannel, or like I ordered a chicken parmesan and just points. He's like,
Yeah.
good call.
Yeah. Wham. There it is, close up. Wham.
Great band.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh boy.
Oh no, the village people are here.
Does he work for the power company or something?
He works for the same. I thought he worked for the meat packing company.
Oh yeah, he's just moved on up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I can kind of see that on the hat. No.
Wonder how much of that is like from Stallone's personal collection.
Yeah.
I bet all of it.
Yeah. I mean, I know the painting is his.
Yeah.
He's also pretty talented. He's got some interesting
Paintings.
Yeah,
himself.
paintings himself. Yeah.
You know, if I were to ever recast anyone as Polly, it'd probably be my father.
Oh.
It's okay, I can say that. My dad never listens to this.
Even if he did, would you mind?
Yeah.
Not really.
Take that, Dad.
He'd probably agree.
I'd be a great Polly.
I don't sweat you.
Yeah. He's the best character.
Yeah.
It's really about Paulie.
Ugh.
They call it Rocky.
Might as well call it Paulie.
Paulie Balboa.
Oh.
What's his last name, actually?
What's Adrian's last name?
That's
Balboa.
Thank you, Chris. I was going to say that.
The guy that plays Luco is actually a commentator, like on World Series of Poker. I don't know. I guess
It's really bad green screening.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've done better.
Skip Bayless and Woody Page. Love these guys.
Oh yeah, that's a great lead into NASCAR.
I'm sure their segues aren't much better in real life.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
working on a
that show.
schedule. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that
It's
was
all
real
live.
life though. Will this all happen in the same night?
Yeah.
No, it's a recap. It's a
Ah.
recap that had been generating a lot of buzz.
They did say a week ago.
Yeah, that's why Paulie's like, you got to check this out, because he had already seen it.
Well timed sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing. I feel like so much of this is probably you take the word fight out of it and you put in like, you know, another
Act.
Rocky movie, and that's like a conversation he probably had with himself, with his wife, you know.
Well, and if you remember the trailer, a lot of those kind of lines would show up to kind of like highlight the incredulity
Mhm.
that all these years later there would be another Rocky movie.
Yeah.
See, I just punched the air. I could do it still.
It's the only
That
reference
is.
to Rocky V.
At least he didn't say synergy.
Hmm. Home team, Dad.
All that time he wanted to spend with his son, he gets invited inside and he turns it down to ask a question about, yeah, you think I should start fighting again?
I never believed in you.
This is another one of put this on the list of fantastic Stallone performance moments.
Oh, it always this is for me the most emotional scene in the film.
When did Paulie start painting?
Not a lot of meat getting shipped, apparently.
Also, another name of a porn I was in.
I do consider Rocky Balboa as Stallone's greatest performance as Rocky Balboa.
I mean, yeah, he's got 30 years to live in it, you know?
Yeah. He's not afraid to come off as more, as vulnerable or...
Well, I mean, his two best performances come from, again, him writing his life on the page, with, looking for a career in the first one and getting that shot. And so much with Balboa trying to prove he's still worth it.
There was a cut scene or cut line from that where they go on to explain that his brain damage wasn't as severe as they originally thought. But it's like, we don't need any references to Rocky fucking 5. And when Stallone was shooting this scene, he wanted the people cropping into the scene to frustrate the viewer, just like it was Rocky being frustrated.
It was amazingly well thought out and coherent.
This guy with his Italian fingers.
Yeah. Is that Corey Stoll? You feel like they only need like maybe 3 lights in that room to light up the entire place, not fucking a million.
It's very postmodern.
Yeah.
For whom? Sorry.
They don't say whom in Philly.
Don't got time for whom.
Mason turns to the screen. He's like, "You're right. God damn it."
Fuck you, Chris Nolan.
That's why we wanted you to watch the movie, Chris. Fuck you, this is all a sham.
Yeah, we've been living with this for 9 years.
Yeah.
The prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yeah, now we can stop this charade of Geek Out and just end it.
See you guys.
My name's not even Jake. See ya.
John.
It's not even John. See ya.
Greatest lie I've ever been told in my life.
I've known you for 15 years. Going back
Go
to
back to Cali.
Ah!
How is it Sam didn't make that first? He's like, because I'm not fucking retarded.
That wasn't the matter of debate.
Rocky just does not like entering other people's houses.
Let's let the right one in. It's like a vampire.
Oh.
I was about to say, is he a vampire
He's
that
like
doesn't
the
want
worst
to come in?
vampire. It's like, people will let me come in, but I don't want to go in. What, am I supposed to suck the blood or something?
No, that's the movie we need from him.
Rocky the Vampire.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say Slayer, but not if.
At least not yet.
I mean, I guess he could be like Blade.
Yeah.
So we were talking over it. Did she like lose her job or something?
No, he needs to find a replacement hostess because his hostess is
right.
pregnant. And he's like, hey, I think you'd be really good for it.
And she's seeing this as nothing more than a charity case, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's funny because the Rambo movies are very much in the same vein of where like the first one is seen as the best, the most classic. 2 and 3 are products of the 80s, kind of like 3 and 4,
Entertainment,
just
yeah,
over the
fluff.
top. And then with 4, he kind of brings it back to a bit of number 1. I mean, it's insanely violent. There's only one death in the first one; it's accidental.
Yeah.
But in 4, you get Stallone.
It's like how Tom Cruise doesn't fire a gun in Mission
That's
Impossible.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Commentary available now.
But with
If you missed it there, Paulie
Yeah.
just got his walking papers.
he's out.
Oh.
But yeah, it is very much kind of a return to form, and especially that emotional resonance that maybe was not as present in the sequels.
So you think he's gonna start doing that with like some other of his? I mean,
Cobra 2.
I know he doesn't do
Yeah.
it. I know he doesn't have that many more franchises, but like, what if like Tango and Cash too?
In a perfect world, they'd make another Judge Dredd movie, and they'd have Stallone play like Chief Judge Fargo, who's like the father of the modern judges, and the clones are Chief Judge Fargo. I know people are like, "Fuck you, Jake! Fuck you! That's stupid." But I still think he could work in the Dredd universe.
Oh, hey, that watch is back.
It's a nice little reference to Rocky 3.
Gift that keeps on giving.
He just hates watches.
That extra is going for it.
Yeah.
She made sure it was continuous in both shots.
Oh,
Let me point.
oh.
Oh, can you believe that? Sounds like a cheesy 80s horror movie. Stuff in the basement.
Ever see
Or
this?
like a Goosebumps.
Yeah. Ever see The Stuff?
No. I know what you're talking about, but no.
It's a
Yeah.
horror film from
Yeah.
the 80s.
One of those slime horror films or whatever they call
Like
them.
people are just addicted to this like white yogurt looking stuff called The Stuff,
Mm.
and it turns out to be alien goop that makes them all die.
Oh, nice. Like the one with Dolph Lundgren and Apollo Creed. I know I just used the guy's real name and the character name, but I've already forgotten Dolph Lundgren's character's name. Rusev. Tiny, other synonyms.
No problem.
It's crazy to think. It's crazy to think that this movie is almost 10 years old now.
Yeah, really.
Is it? Oh my god.
You know the original cut of this movie was 2.5 hours long,
Really?
which is like another 45 minutes than it actually is.
So we're already past the halfway point?
Yeah, it's only an hour and 45 or somewhere thereabouts.
I feel like these movies don't need to be extremely long
Yeah.
to get its point across.
Tell
Yeah,
that to Rocky,
Rocky
2 and 5.
Rocky 5 more so.
Uh,
I mean, it was all right. It was the weakest, but
Yeah, better than I remembered.
yeah.
It's the Rocky film that
It
keeps
didn't
in
live
giving.
down to the hype, as we said. It kind of
course,
does
of
look
course.
like Damien Cross.
You know, they keep saying it's going to go to charity, but they never specify
The
which.
charity of Mason Dixon's pockets. I don't
That
know
makes
why
sense.
he kind of sounded like the Dice Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah. The
call
real
him-
Duke.
They call him Duke
They call
here
him Duke here, but he clearly says Tony, which I feel like is a blooper
in Rocky 5.
in Rocky 5.
Didn't they say it in Rocky 4 too?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, I feel like that's where it started.
Yeah. And Rocky 2. What are you afraid of, Tony?
Yeah. He's not wrong for you, baby.
Yeah.
You know it'd be
coming
great.
after you.
You know it'd be great is if at this press conference he calls him Tony.
Yeah.
Even though he clearly has Duke in front of him. What about the other Duke? From Rocky 5. Washington?
Oh, George Washington Duke?
Yeah. What happened to him? Rocky or Sylvester's got all these like elaborate backstories for what happened to all these characters.
He never mentioned what happens to George Washington.
He also got addicted to cocaine and became a professional wrestler and
Yeah.
killed himself.
Apparently, Tommy Morrison approached Stallone to be in Rocky Balboa, and he was just like, no.
Was his other microphone not working, or he just wanted to stand up this time?
I'm center stage. Oh, that's nice that what's his name got to be on the thing. Steps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could fly.
This for me is the most like if Rocky breaking down to Paulie is the most emotional moment, him with his son is his most inspiring moment.
Oh yeah, I mean this is something that like people who haven't even seen any Rocky movie or whatever, they know
Yeah.
this speech.
It's like incorporated in like commercials and shit.
Oh yeah, it's like Facebook memes and it's everywhere.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
You're about to find
Well,
out.
no, yeah.
There's one phrase in particular.
With fists
Yeah, it's Rocky 5. They just fight.
for the rest of the movie.
He's like, well, thanks.
Just some endorsements.
Yeah.
Just give me power of attorney. You'll be fine.
Oh, Jesus. Not that again.
So do you recognize it now?
Yes. Now that he screamed it at me.
It is, I will reiterate, Stallone's best performance is Rocky Balboa.
I always
Is
wondered
in Rocky Balboa.
I always wonder where that dialogue came from. Now I know.
I don't think I've ever seen that dialogue specifically, but I mean the sentiment's been around for ages, and I've seen it.
I know I've heard it in a commercial. I just don't remember which one.
It was for like trainers or something.
The children's underwear.
Yes.
They can take a beating.
Oh.
That's how taking a shit is done.
Go out there and wipe. If you don't, that's what cowards
Hey, you
do.
gotta wipe some more. I love you no matter what, but until you wipe your ass clean,
You ain't shit.
yeah, you ain't shit.
You're covered in shit,
Yeah.
but you ain't shit.
Oh.
He quit his job, by the way.
I'm trying to think. Did he do this after Heroes?
The movie was filmed 2006, comes out 2007.
I want to say Heroes was still being made, but it was near the end.
Like 4th season?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I think you know better than anyone else.
My favorite Tony moment of all Tony moments.
Where he cracks his
Oh
neck.
yeah, this is fantastic. Sup? Yeah. They're friends now.
In Stallone verse, yeah.
Yeah.
The lighting in this scene makes it look like he has cocaine on his...
Yeah.
There's chalk in the air.
I mean, it's just his mustache, but...
The best scene.
Hurtin' bombs.
I think I know this tune.
Yeah, you may have heard, it
once
before.
or twice. The
The all the gym sequences come from a single 13-hour workout session. Just this big
For
mirror.
both of them?
I can't speak for Mason the Line Dixon, but for the Rocky stuff.
On the
Aww.
the special features. Well, he does what he finally he wanted to do in the original Rocky movie, carrying the dog. But he there's a great special feature where he's at the steps for what he thinks is the last time. I'm assuming they'll probably play a role in Creed. But he talks about how like he had this like nice little moment to himself at the last time at the steps, and they were waiting for that perfect moment to film, and it started snowing right when everyone else was getting ready to go home, and they were able to film it in the snow for this final great little moment on the steps.
Awkwardly, movie's supposed to take place during the summer. Oh, one.
Fucking tires, fucking
Yeah.
kegs.
Fucking blue collar, son.
I mean...
It's ridiculous.
Ugh.
There it is.
Oh. One of these days I'll be drunk enough to try that.
It's the texture.
Taste
that
the
gets you.
salmonella.
Yeah. It's not the flavor, but the texture that'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but speaking of texture, I'm sure there's far worse things we could put down our throat.
Semen.
You said it.
I did. How do you get into the meat?
Paulie still's got a key.
Paulie sneaks him in. He's like, hey, he's like clearly looking around when he does.
Gotcha. I was too busy assuming that they would have security.
You saw how well populated that factory was.
Fair enough.
Yep. Little did they know, Paulie was the security.
That's why I was so good at painting. And that's also why they fired him, because they were like, you can't be painting on the job.
Yeah.
Oh. and then slip. Oh yeah, the statue's not there.
They even made reference to it earlier in the
Yeah.
film, like a passing reference, like, "Are you pissed because they moved your statue?" And he's just like, "Nah."
Yeah, because in the original Rocky, he was supposed to carry Butkus up the stairs to show how strong he's got. And you remember how big fucking Butkus is, man.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
So he had Punchy this time. He was able to pick up Punchy at the top to
Well,
kind of have
Punchy looked a little
a little moment.
lanky.
The guy looked like John Carpenter.
Did he?
That was announcing the. I mean, clearly wasn't.
Yeah,
but
I know, but
announcing the weigh-in. But yeah, they did their weigh-ins right after the actual prize fighters did their weigh-ins. They do their fight after the actual.
yeah, they still got him.
Yes, there's that mustache still clearly
Still
died.
The fight. I mean, this is easily the most technically and best looking fight you'll ever see in a Rocky movie.
It's the most realistic fight
because they fight.
Yeah. In fact, Stallone during the filming of it got knocked out.
They actually hit each other.
Like
Oh,
real
Mandalay
grown men
Bay.
do.
Trailer.
I don't sweat you, Dad.
The old stomping ground, Sam.
Yeah, God bless people that can be in Vegas for more than like 4 days.
Yeah. 4 days. I was good to go after like 6 hours. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Did you guys actually leave the airport?
Yeah, we went to Vegas.
Yeah, we went
yeah.
to the Strip.
Yeah.
Oh,
We can go to Mandalay Bay, but we went
No.
to went
We
on
went
the
to
Strip.
the wheel. and
The
everything.
high roller, yeah. We didn't
It's
see-
fun, but like I said, it's not
something
it's
in
not
doses,
for me.
yeah.
Not for me. Maybe do a show or two or something.
Yeah, it's expensive as hell too. How much did we pay for that General Tso's chicken?
$25. Well, I got what?
that.
Yeah.
wow. Please tell me that was unlimited.
No.
Please tell me it cupped your balls.
Well,
while
because
you
I
ate
got
it.
did you get rice with yours?
Nah.
That's why it was 25 because I got white rice. With
Okay,
it.
mine was like, yeah. It was $5 for rice.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
Bringing my own
It's-
food if I ever go to
it's
Vegas.
Vegas. Spent more money in that 6-hour period than I did in the 5-6 days.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was easy because
yeah.
No,
Image was nice to us, but
Yeah.
you
very
always
nice
go
to
for
us.
like the $25 buffet. With like all you can eat for
Well,
a shit price like that.
It's a $35 buffet.
Fine. At least then you're getting your money's
yeah.
worth a little bit more so.
It's
Stay
the
there
best-
all day.
It's the best brunch I've ever had. And for $10 extra, you get unlimited mimosas.
Sold.
So $45 brunch.
Yeah. At
Drink
in
$45
New York,
worth
in New
of
York, typically it was
liquor.
$15 brunch and then an extra $10 for unlimited mimosas.
All the footage from Rocky 3.
yeah, because they can't show Apollo Creed.
Yeah, what's his name? Carl Weathers refused to allow archive footage of 1 and 2 be used.
Hey guys, I've seen every single movie now.
Yeah.
Ain't no robot.
Yeah, they can show plenty of scenes from 1. They just can't show any of the. And they do. They just can't show any of the fights. The guy's like, I'm in a Rocky movie. I got nothing.
my face. But yeah, I love how like for the first 2 rounds, it's basically just straight up like
Yeah, it's
what
like
you
you're
would see
watching.
on HBO.
Yeah, you're watching a pay-per-view.
When did HBO have pay-per-view?
Yeah, you kind of pay to have HBO.
Yeah.
Why would you also pay
Maybe
per view?
maybe it's an opportunity for people who don't have HBO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just
or
for that
maybe
one-
it's just sponsored by HBO.
Okay, yeah.
Charity. It's all for charity.
Yeah.
Charity, man.
I mean, it's
charity.
like the WWE network. You pay for the WWE network, you get all the pay-per-views for free, or you could pay individually for the pay-per-views. Zing.
There he is, old Spider Rico. You're very lucky tonight. Just the
Who let him on the flight?
I just appeared, okay?
I biolocate. I am saint. I mean, yeah, they were calling him past his prime in like Rocky 1.
So all the spectators here were here to see the prize fight that actually occurred before this, and they were like, "Hey, we're filming the new Rocky movie. If you'd like to be here and be an extra, stick around." And they were surprised that almost everybody like fucking stuck around.
I would have.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like, oh, I already paid to see a fucking boxing match. Maybe this will be better.
So they didn't get paid to stick around, right?
No.
Huh.
Most extra work doesn't get paid.
Yeah. Especially if it's as incidental and random as this.
Yeah.
It's like a
That's
It's like a WWE match.
That's
Yeah.
not dangerous at all.
Hey, when Kane comes out, fuck, I think that might have been the Kane has those flames coming out of the
So when Kane comes out, someone close to the ring's guaranteed to die.
yeah. I mean, that's the idea.
Oh,
He's
cool.
Kane. He's the devil's favorite child. And the Undertaker's half-brother. So you'd like him.
No.
Josh's favorite wrestler is the Undertaker.
Yes. And that's where I draw the line.
So is Brock Lesnar like your least favorite person in the world?
Sure.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar broke the Undertaker streak.
At WrestleMania.
He
will die.
He was 21-0, and then he went up against Brock Lesnar. It was supposed to be 22-0, but then Brock Lesnar won, and so now it's 21-1. Even though the following year at WrestleMania 31, he beat Bray Wyatt, but no one cares because it's not a streak anymore.
Yeah, seriously.
Now it's just a record.
That guy's on Sports Nation on ESPN. It's good stuff. That's right. Step yo ass up.
It's 3-6 Mafia.
Step it.
Oh, shit.
Well, now you know he's super serious. He's telegraphing his entire fighting style in the sun. What the hell is he thinking?
First you hit him with your left, then you hit him with your right. Southpaw. Actually, I guess that would be... No, that'd be...
It could be
yeah,
either. I mean,
but like a jab
presumably,
with the left.
yeah, you would lead with a jab.
Yeah, so...
Mike
Oh,
Tyson,
shit.
yeah.
I got in a Rocky movie.
Yeah, remember, this is pre-Hangover Tyson.
We
Has
also
he
just
eaten an
missed.
ear yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, about 10 years ago, yeah.
We had
Okay.
just missed meeting Tyson in Vegas too.
Yeah, he's there, like, right now.
You could have
He
had
was-
a wacky adventure.
Yeah.
But like, remember that time
Solve
you
a
were in Rocky
mystery.
Balboa? And he's like, out of all the movies, think of the truth, Rocky Balboa.
I saw mysteries on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
And Evo's going right there, the big fighting game event.
Doesn't this guy call wrestling?
No, he's boxing. I
Huh.
think.
He gets paid so much money to say that.
Yeah,
You know
let's
you're
get-
legally not allowed to say that on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
it's
let's get
trademarked
ready to
or whatever.
rumble. I thought that was always for wrestling.
I think it's boxing.
I think for him it's for everything.
Yeah, anything that
Like,
he's...
hey, we'll pay you $1
there's that-
dollars to come
there's-
to my son's birthday party and say it. All right, fine.
There's that movie with David Arquette called
The-
Ready to Rumble.
The one draw, of course, is his fight with Thunderlips, the Ultimate Male. Now, Stallone had filmed the very first thing Stallone filmed for this movie was the fight, because he's like, that way I don't have to be in shape for the rest of the movie.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah.
I want to be one of those guys who just carries the belts around.
Yeah. Just
Best in the world.
Look at it. Look at it.
Best in the
Look at it.
world. Steps isn't having any of it. He was like, nah. Nah.
Oh, he is announcer for both boxing and professional wrestling.
Yep. I was right.
And his half brother is an announcer for UFC. Okay, yeah, he got his start doing it on WCW
Yeah.
back in like the 90s and whatnot. I'm a fangirl. Oddly enough, we live right next to the Mason-Dixon line.
Yep.
Thanks for that.
A factual statement.
For some reason, some people seem to think it's up in Pennsylvania.
It's Maryland.
It is the Potomac River.
No, it's... Just let me double check.
It's the divide between Maryland and Virginia because it was the divide between the North and the South in the Civil War.
It just happens to be mislabeled then. Because I've seen it closer to the Pennsylvania border.
Yeah, I thought it was the upper...
No.
Yeah, actually.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's the border of Maryland and Pennsylvania.
That's ridiculous.
We're goddamn ridiculous.
You believe Wikipedia?
Yes.
I'll believe it if I can edit it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have the time, gentlemen. I didn't foresee Chris talking about them. It's like, oh, I'll disagree with him to be.
I saw Bill and Ted. Yeah. We just got to remember to go back in time.
So he's peppering him. Whoop-de-doo.
Well, as far as Mason thinks, it's just an exhibition. Up until Rocky lands a winner.
Apparently I was mistaken on the history of what the Mason-Dixon line is. It has nothing to do with the Civil War.
No, that was the big controversy, right? That that's why Lincoln didn't come out with a slamming slavery from jump, because Maryland is below the Mason-Dixon line. It was a slave state at the beginning of the war. This is, yeah, like I said, Stallone got knocked out during the filming of this thing. Which has to be awkward for, like, extras as they're watching.
They're just like lying on the ground.
Is this how the movie ends?
Yeah.
It's like Rocky.
I feel like that was it, too. Like, that was... Like him falling, clearly him getting up, he's better. But when he hit the canvas, that wasn't planned. This is the point where Mason the Lion Dixon's like, oh shit, he's actually got something in there.
He's got something in the basement.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Do you think Rocky would have been able to have gone the distance if Mason hadn't fucked up his hand?
Spoilers.
He just fucked up his hand.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Probably
Yeah,
it'd been very difficult because he can't really do much with that hand.
I mean, that's
Can't
what
even
happens
block
when
with
you
it.
fucking punch a goddamn brick wall.
You know?
Here's the thing, though. When that hand numbs up, he can throw it harder than ever before.
Just like PCP.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a limp, broken.
Not the comparison I'd make, but okay.
it's still a limp,
Well, you don't
broken
feel
hand.
pain.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
You
Oh,
have-
I
you
thought
got
you
no
meant
con-
No,
plastic piping.
It numbs. Yeah.
Yeah, it numbs it.
PVC.
There's
Yeah.
It numbs it, but he's got no control over it. It's just a
Yeah, it
it's
would
a
just
limp,
be
broken hand.
it'd be hitting him with wet
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Yeah.
Heavy wet spaghetti, but
Betty.
You know, I like to give Rocky the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, it definitely helps the dude out because I think he would have been having some
Whoa.
problems.
Tony.
Duke.
All your names.
This is the point where it becomes a standard
Oof.
Rocky fight.
He does not look like he's in very good shape. Not like several years later when he's in the Expendables.
Was it the filming of Rocky or Rambo 4 where they found out that he was taking steroids?
I mean, probably
Here, but
years earlier.
Yeah.
I remember
Look at
the
those
Onion.
veins.
The Onion did that article where
Oh,
they were
yeah.
they're rescinding all of Rocky's past matches are being under scrutiny for
for the
for human
'cause of
growth
steroid
hormones.
use.
But yeah, look at those veins. You don't get veins like that without taking steroids.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that happens.
yeah. I mean, he is in his 60s at this point. It's crazy to me that Stallone's almost 70, and they're talking about a Rambo 5 and a Expendables 4.
And
It's
they
just-
have another Rocky-esque movie coming
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it looks like he's taking a back seat.
Yeah, he's like a mentor.
Yeah. Calf.
Oh.
Looking at you.
Calf.
So, did, Sin City gain inspiration from this movie?
Oh, for Marv?
I mean,
Color saturation.
if
of
you look at the
entire
comics,
film.
that was something.
Yeah, I think Frank Miller had something to do with.
Yeah, not to mention that movie came out earlier.
So yes,
Yes.
they stole it from Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. That's the answer. Where you're like,
Just like how Sam went back in time and changed the definition of Mason Dixon.
yeah, just like,
Yeah.
I'll set him up.
Sam was like, I can't be wrong about this.
Yeah, I know he's going to talk about it. And I know he's going to be wrong, and I know. Rocky.
They really want you to go to goldenpalace.com.
Yeah.
There's a great pick me up that he's got coming up. Little montage.
Yeah. That one extra. Just like.
Going hard. Ooh. Sylvester Stallone did that with at least one of the other Rocky movies, right? Where he filmed the fight first. The one with where Adrian wasn't there.
And the
Two?
first Rocky movie he did backwards.
2, yeah, he films 2 first and edits it basically the entire time until it hits his satisfaction.
Good shot.
The gloves they wear, is
Ooh.
that for the benefit of the one throwing the punches or the one being punched?
A little column A, little
yeah.
column B. The big thing is it's less likely that you break your hand because it cushions your hand. It also prevents the recipient from not getting cut by your knuckles, though you can still obviously get cut, just from the sheer fact that you're getting
The
pounded.
friction.
Yeah.
That's why the refs wipe
And
their hands
apparently
off.
your hands can also still get broken too.
Well, if you looked at the punch, he kind of does this awkward thing where he hits him in the thigh bone and at an awkward angle.
Suplex.
Body slam him.
You really should watch Rocky 3.
Yeah, you should.
Throw a clothesline at him. These are boxing moves, right, guys?
Sure.
This is one of the probably the only Rocky movie where actual like boxing commentators are like, yeah, it's as close as it's got, like to real boxing.
You've given them everything. Not everything. Not yet.
You don't know these people. Taco.
It's funny, in the simulation he wins in what, 13?
It's also Rocky in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, since this is an exhibition fight, since they've changed the rules of boxing, it only goes to 10 rounds.
Yeah. Because the heavyweights go to 12 now.
Yeah.
Where does Sylvester have his tattoos now? Are they across his left arm or his right arm?
I think it's his left pec. Like it's
Okay.
over his left pec and left arm.
Because
I feel like
every time I look at his chest, all I see is all those veins on his right pec going down his right arm, and I'm like, ugh, cover those up.
I personally thought it was his right pec.
I mean, it
could be wrong.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
I figured
thought-
I could guess one of them.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Expendables-
I haven't
It's
done
okay
my,
to say I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't done my Stallone pec research.
As far as I know, by like the end of the Expendables 3, he's pretty much a walking as a sketch.
No, that's The Rock, and that's not.
This part's
Expendables 3.
awesome.
That's Fast and Furious. Although The Rock has those cool Samoan arm tattoos
Yeah.
that I wish I was Samoan enough to get, which is to say, I wish I had any Samoan in me. Even The Rock.
Look on Mason's face when he comes back up like, oh, fuck.
Trailer moment.
Oh, a lot of those freeze frame punches definitely showed up in the trailer. Like the ones where just Rocky's getting his like block knocked off.
Oddly enough, you both were right, because he has tattoos on both shoulders.
Yeah.
And that like kind of come down to both pecs.
Ah.
But yeah.
We were both right and both wrong.
Yeah.
And no one's the wiser for it.
I mean,
Talking
no.
Stallone tattoos, yeah.
Yeah.
No one would be the wiser.
I know a couple things about Stallone, but the tattoos, I don't know much about the tattoos, to be honest.
But the one on his right do cover up all those creepy veins.
Mm.
Hey, I know this tune as well.
In order to keep the extras guessing, they filmed 4 different versions of the ending.
Yeah.
One where it was win by knockout for Rocky, win by knockout for Mason, win by split decision for Rocky, and win by split decision for Mason. You're about to see, obviously, which one made the theatrical cut.
Split decision for
I'm going to say knockout
Mason.
by Rocky.
They have
Then I won't.
one of the alternate endings on the DVD,
Ooh, that was back green
And it-
screen.
and it makes no sense. It's a nice idea, but what they went with here is the better ending.
Figures.
Going to be out of the stadium by the time they finish calling it. By the way, that guy, totally not even paying attention to
I
The
know.
Rock
Yeah.
passing him.
Yeah, because for me, Rocky wouldn't care what the results of the fight were.
It'd be
Yeah.
weird if he won.
Yeah. Which in
That
the
too, yeah.
on the DVD, if you look at the special features,
Yeah, he wins.
they include that version, that alternate ending, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they were like just to fuck with the people.
Now, the person's hand he's about to hit is like the luckiest fucking person in the world because
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how you freeze frame the boxing career of Rocky, man. Who is that person? That should
His
be me. That should be me.
It's Mel Gibson.
Holy shit. That's how they met to do Expendables 3.
In
Just like how Mel Gibson's cameo in Passion of the Christ, he is the hands
The hand
that you
knocking
see
him.
hammering.
Or maybe he looks up into the crowd and he sees it's him as Rambo. Oh.
the game changer.
He looks at him. He looks down. Looks up.
In all but one version, all but one take, it was Rocky and Little Marie visiting Adrian's grave.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only take where it's just Rocky,
Yeah.
which obviously works just
Yep.
a lot better.
Would have been awkward with Little Marie, I think.
Yeah, I do too. It was his wife that suggested he go with the lone Rocky take. She was like, that's yeah.
Now, is the idea
Waves
that Little
goodbye.
Marie is kind of like a new love interest, or
No.
because I was
no.
like, it feels like, or I'm worried that it's going that way, but
Yeah.
it didn't. It never felt like that.
It hints at it. I think the big thing is like when she kisses him in his hotel room, he doesn't kiss back. He just kind of takes it and is like, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he even talked about it too, that it never was meant to be that.
Yeah,
And I think if we see that in Creed, he'll be like, ugh.
Yeah, he's still like, I
Look-
haven't seen her on the IMDb list, but I could be wrong.
It's weird, man. Like I thought that was going to be the last shot we'd ever see of Rocky on the big screen, you know.
Yeah, it's been almost a decade since this movie came out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was going to
Yeah.
be it.
Dinner patrons, Frank Stallone.
Yeah.
boom,
There you
Junior.
Good eyes, good eyes. So, gentlemen, as your first time viewing Rocky Balboa, even with the four
There
of
he
us
is, the
yakking,
Philly fanatic.
yakking over, that's my favorite MLB mascot.
Yeah.
What do
He
you
knew
guys
the
think?
dance too, man.
I thought it was really good. I remember when it came out, like I wanted to see it, and that's why I marathoned all the other Rockies, and I just kind of lost interest by the time that I had finished the Rockies. But it was a really good movie, and it's a nice way to bookend like Rocky himself, like his story.
Yeah. I remember the trailer still vividly, and it pretty much telegraphed a whole lot of the movie. Like, there were very few surprises in this,
I mean,
unfortunately, because of the trailer for this one, which is a bit of a shock, because I would imagine that Sylvester Stallone edited the trailer as well.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I feel like you have your Rocky movie, and it's gonna more or less follow a formula.
Yeah, well,
He's going to be in the ring.
I was hoping for a few
As
surprises.
much as they say he's not going to be in it.
I don't know. What about Rocky V?
My ring's outside.
Oh,
Yeah, we might as well
Well
call
played.
Rocky V a untitled Street Fighter movie.
Yeah.
it is titled. It's called Rocky V.
Well, I meant in the
An unofficial
Street Fighter movie. Yeah.
The best Street Fighter? No.
No.
It is better than The Legend of Chun-Li, though.
God.
I still got to give my dues to Van Damme. But
He'll kick Bison's ass so hard.
Yeah.
next Bison is going to feel it. We're about to see a take of Stallone running up. He didn't know he was being filmed, and it was the last thing he filmed for the entire movie. It was just him doing a kind of like a one final run up the steps just for the fuck of it, and they happen to capture it on film. Unless they have him run up the steps in fucking
Creed.
Creed. I guess they didn't include it. I thought they did.
Oh.
Is it this?
There.
Is this the end credits scene that leads into Creed?
Rocky will return.
There it is. Just him looking out over the steps.
Aww.
Great
He's
way.
probably standing right where they have his imprint of his feet up there too.
Yeah. It's so good. Like I said, from an artistic standpoint, it is easily the second best.
So
Definitely.
And the best Stallone performance as his oldest, most favorite character.
do you think in the next, like the Creed film, we're gonna get like a Creed series now?
I'm sure the studio wouldn't mind, but who knows? And if it is, it's gonna be Creed's story, not Rocky's.
Well, yeah, no.
But no,
or
but
at least,
do I
like,
think there'll be?
Creed's
Do I
son.
think he'll get his own spin-off franchise? Maybe it depends.
I feel like it would depend more so on how well the first Creed does.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said again, I'm sure Sony wouldn't mind if
Yeah, I mean, with how well this one was received.
both commercially and critically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this has been our little marathon of.
Oh, hey, look, a Frank Stallone song.
Yeah, there's been a couple actually. I was watching
Oh,
that. Because that's all where he lives. Yeah, this has been our recap of the Rocky series in time for Creed. We'll be back for some birthday selections. I hope you guys like them. All right. Well, this has been another Geek Out commentary. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
Bye.
See ya.
Good night.